So Hunter was easily distracted, easily led by other students, would respond to situations physically rather than using his words.
Being able to see him reading and learning how to express his feelings better than what I have, especially over the last few years dealing with the cancer side of things and actually basically seeing how he's managing to do it actually shows me that there's so much more I could be learning and so much more I could be doing to not only help myself with all my emotions, but helping him growing up and seeing our emotions.
My one wish, I suppose, is that children, when they came to school, had an emotional balance in their life, because life at home is good for them.
I found this year in particular, my children struggled a lot with social issues.
When I was a teacher, there was no way that I could be aware of what was going on in the lives of each child, because to pump out 30 lessons a week within the time frame that you had, you were in survival mode in essence.
The same little girl, actually, she's probably the biggest emotional child in the classroom, and she was getting really frustrated one day, not knowing what it was about, because once again, she won't talk about it, and she just sits there and digs her heels in it and won't work.
We do want schools to be all about literacy and numeracy, but we also know that the way we learn depends on how our brains are functioning, and our brains function in relation to the environment that they experience. Particularly as children are developing, they're marvellously adapted to cope with what's around them. And if what's around them is stressful, dangerous, uncertain, chaotic, then they adapt to survival in that space. But the brain shifts the whole body into a state of be alert, this could be a survival situation, you need to attend to what can hurt you or harm you, and how to manage the uncertain chaos that could come next. A child in that state is not in a state where they're ready to take in new challenging information, such as this is the alphabet, this is how the alphabet fits together to make words, this is how we add up sums. And I think, to put it to how adults function in learning, if you were being charged by an angry water buffalo, would you A, take the time to read a book about how to escape a water buffalo, or simply react as fast as you could to save yourself?
With children, often what we see is a child throws a chair, for example, and we automatically think that child is mad. But if a child has no language in which to communicate how they're feeling, that child might be disappointed because they didn't complete a task. They might be frustrated. They might be anxious because something's coming up they don't want to do. They might be worried. They might be scared. But it's coming out as anger because that's the only way in which they can communicate it. And we see that same thing happen in the workplace. When an adult doesn't have language to communicate their feelings, they complain about the boss, or they yell at the boss, or they yell at someone else in the workplace, which causes major issues. But really the simple crux of the problem is an inability to actually communicate how they're feeling.